Well, since I arrived in this area in 2004, I've seen a lot of great high school football played. And I always had a question because I heard it said both ways. Is it Mach or is it Mac? Officially, it's Mac. But no matter what he's been called over the years, he's always been called a winner. Tom Mack has run a powerhouse high school football program with grace and class, if not the most stylish offensive attack. If you have power, use it. If you have strength, use it. Tom Mack has used his power and strength on the field to the tune of 16 Catholic League titles and 10 state championships. Let's learn some more about Tom Mack.
In the celebrated history of high school football in Michigan, no competition has been more compelling, exciting, or competitive than those in the Catholic League. Since first joining that rivalry as a head coach in 1976, head football coach Tom Mack has led the Catholic Central Shamrocks, first at their original home on Outer Drive, then on to Redford, and now at its state-of-the-art campus in Wixom. One of the most consistent aspects of Mack's coaching career throughout these 3 decades of success and the 3 locations has been winning. Through his 29th season, which was completed last November with his 16th appearance in a state championship game, Mack has compiled a 344-88 career record, good for 4th on the state's all-time victories list. Of his 10 state championship teams, 5 finished the season unbeaten. During Mack's tenure, the Shamrocks have also captured 17 Catholic League titles, qualified for the playoffs 24 times, and have had only 2 losing seasons. Along the way, Mack has coached numerous players on to college and university teams, as well as 5 NFL players and current New Orleans Saints tight ends coach Terry Malone. Tonight, he takes his rightful place amongst other coaching legends in the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. Tom Mack.
Now, this is a special moment. I like to call these 3 the holy trinity of high school football coaches here in Michigan. They embody what it means to be the best of the best. Teachers, coaches, father figures, and truly legends, all 3 of them. To present Tom Mack, let's welcome Al Fracassa and John Harrington.
That is an awesome sight. What does it mean to you to have those guys up here with you?
Hey, those guys are some great football coaches. You know, I tried to emulate them when I was so young.
Yeah. You know this guy's a good football coach. That's a full head of hair. He hadn't had anything to worry about for years. You know, I had a chance to talk to you shortly after you got the news that you were going to be inducted in the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame. Very humble, very honored. I thought one of the interesting things and one of the cool things was you talked about how you were a fan of so many of the people that were already in this hall. What's this night mean to you, and what's it mean to you to be a Michigan Sports Hall of Famer?
Well, you know, I think as a high school coach, you really don't think about the Michigan Hall of Fame that much because you don't think you're going to get there, obviously. But, you know, I think it's just a very, very special, humbling honor, you know, to enter into the 58th class and know that it's going to be like that forever, you know. And I'm very proud of the players that we have had in our past and the coaches on our staff that have, and all the people that have helped me get there, you know.
We've heard about all the Catholic League titles, all the state titles, incredible consistency, only 2 losing seasons. What do you try to instill in your team from year to year that's brought about that consistency?
Well, you know, we're faith-based, and we're also very positive in our motivation. And we like to think about the power of positive thinking and the fact that the magic is in believing. And we want our young men, by the time that they get out of Catholic Central and move on into the world, that they can think back on those things and use that in their daily life when they get out. And that's going to come in handy when life gets a little tougher along the way.
And I've spoken to some of your former players, and I think the biggest mark that a coach, a high school coach in particular, can make is one that lasts with the players, which you just alluded to. And I would imagine all the winning is fantastic, but even more gratifying is seeing those young men that come back as fathers, as businessmen, and as members of this society that you helped to shape along the way.
Yeah, I'm really proud of our kids, the way they develop at Catholic Central. They go out into the world and they make a difference. and they come back and they give back to the school, and it's just a very gratifying lifestyle.
Coach Mach, congratulations. It's all yours.
Thank you very much. I'm going to try to keep this at 3 minutes. As a high school coach, we always make a little notes here, but this is just a fantastic experience for me as a coach, as a high school coach especially. It's a pleasure to be here. When Jim Stark called me and told me I was going into the Hall of Fame, I was very, very surprised. But then I thought of all the people in my life that have helped me along the way, and those are the people I'd like to focus on a little bit tonight. I have been blessed, but I also know that I'm here tonight because of extraordinary people. First of all, I'd like to mention my wife, Lynn, greatest thing that's happened to me. I'd like to mention my sons, Mike and Joe, who are presently now coaching on my staff. They were on my team. They got to experience 2 state championships. I've had a blessed life in that matter. Their wives are with them. I'd like to thank my mom and dad. My dad was my hero. My mom gave us love and faith growing up. I'd like to thank my brothers and sisters who followed me in my career and have supported me. And I have another group of people that I'd like to say something about. They put my career kind of in motion. Vern Gale at Wayne State allowed me to play football at Wayne State when I hadn't ever played football in high school. I went on and I started for 2 years at Wayne State. When I finished there, I went out to get a job, and Dick Comar hired me at Southgate Aquinas, and there I had a very positive experience in coaching. He taught me how to run a program, and he taught me how to work hard. And then I'd like to say one thing about the people that hired me at Catholic Central. Bob Santello, Father Mizzi, and Father Elmer. In 1976, a young man came into their office and wanted to be a head coach at Catholic Central, but he had only been a high school assistant coach for 4 years. And at a school like Catholic Central, that's probably pretty much unheard of. So I'd like to thank them for their courageous decision in hiring me in 1976. Now, when they did hire me, that put me into a group of another extraordinary people, and that is my colleagues, students at Detroit Catholic Central. I would just like to mention my coaching staff. I am a coach, and I can only do a little bit at a time. My coaching staff over the years has been an outstanding group of men that you would want your son to go to school with and learn from. I'd also like to mention our players. Our players are great young men that go on into life, make a difference. They honor our school and they honor our program in their dedication and in their accomplishments. And finally, I'd like to thank the Basilians and all the people that helped me at Catholic Central do the things that we do and make a difference in the world. I am honored by the presence of everybody here tonight. I thank you. God bless you. And remember one thing, the Wham never loses yardage.
Tonight we celebrate the state's best, a celebration that will continue in a moment right here on TBC Radio Sports.